All right, and welcome to session 8 of Exalted, second edition, the first game in our mini arc series. What happened last time?
Last time we visited an ancient repository of first age knowledge, and it was sapient, and we asked it a whole bunch of questions about how do we kill a giant robot. And it gave us some answers, not a lot of answers. It seems like giving answers to that question is extremely illegal, but we still managed to give us some ideas. And in particular, it told us where we could find basically a giant tank that was not even remotely close to the same class of weapon. I think it estimated it would last 30 seconds against the giant robot, but it would look very scary and probably draw the thing's attention. So we could bait it out somewhere remote where we could possibly set up an ambush and try to disable it somehow. So we were looking at setting up to use that and getting an army to deal with its army that would be coming along for the ride, most likely, and getting ready to figure out how to disable this thing in combat without getting kicked through a wall this time. Anything I missed there?
No, that's about right. And yes, illegal. It's like going up to a place and here's the caretaker saying, "Hi, welcome to the nursery. We look after babies. We haven't had babies in a while." And you're saying, "Well, how do we kill this baby we found?"
Look, the baby is really evil, okay? It's like... You gotta believe me. The baby has to be stopped. All right. So yeah, we're gonna...
Yeah, I think you and I are the two that can get on that robot. I think on top of the robot pretty easily.
I believe I have an athletic score. I sure do have that.
I can just fly.
Yep. I mean, same difference.
You are all going to have to be in the vicinity when that happens, though.
That's fine. I don't know. Wait, can Burke fly or climb or anything? Are we just carrying Burke up?
Wait, what?
Do you have any way to climb a giant robot?
Why would I be climbing it?
Because we all got to be there
to disable the robot.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you're probably gonna doing something at a distance.
I was gonna say, what if, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm probably at a distance for this.
Or building possibly one suggestion we had was building a rockfall trap or something. Drop something onto it, try to trip it over. That would definitely be a useful thing if you've got a bunch of craft skills to. But yeah,
sure.
Okay. So
bringing it down to our level would be much easier than having all of us climb up on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
The thing is, you're going to be actively working to get the Abyssal to abandon it. So imagine this spot where some of you are several hundred feet away. The Abyssal abandons it. Two of you are now easy targets while everybody else is out of combat for several minutes trying to catch up type of thing. Which is why the process of neutralizing it should involve everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
And skills aren't going to help at a distance. Hey, pull the thing when nobody can hear you or know what you're talking about.
Pull the lever.
I just craft a phone or something, right?
Does everyone have a steed?
I
Or a
don't.
mount?
I'm pretty sure I can
fly.
outrun horse.
Sorry, say that again.
He can fly, and I'm pretty sure I can outrun a horse. So
yeah.
But but if you want a horse, go for it.
Oh no, I've got one. I've got summon the steed. I think summoning the loyal steel. Oh no, it's the loyal steel. Sorry.
Steel. Yeah. That lets you teleport your hammer to you. To carry your
okay. Then I do not have. I don't think I've got a way because I'm not very good at climbing.
And you're
Yeah,
like the
climbing's
heaviest
not-
one.
I mean,
Yeah.
I have
Bat-
good
Ash Tangle.
dexterity and okay awareness, but I don't have any athletics, so I'm pretty much just rolling 5 dice. I mean,
Yeah, me too. I've got no
that's
athletics as
probably
well.
fine.
It's fine. We'll get you up there.
Getting
you know,
up
if
on
you-
it is not going to be a problem.
Realistically, I don't really need to be up there for longer than like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
second. Doesn't
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Okay. So where are we picking up exactly?
I think Burke is underselling his skills here. You're probably the most useful when on the robot than all of us. Let's be honest here. You may not want to be on that robot, but you're probably the most useful on the robot.
Can everybody
Uh,
see the map?
Yes.
A snowy area.
Yes. I don't have a foresty area. So the trees on this map represent forests. Actually, I could probably add a few of those too.
Okay, fair.
I was thinking the scale should be larger than it is, but
We'll work with it.
yeah. A little larger.
Okay.
It's going to be army scale, not personal scale, so.
You can reduce it down once we get down into personal scale.
That's a little better. So, in your preparations, this is what you have to work with, which is where the red thing was the walker that you have been pointed towards. It is not very fast. It is not very mobile. You have a limited range to position that in. But presumably it is going to, or the Warstrider will seek that out. So right now it is behind a mountainous area, so it's not easy targetable. But it would have line of sight at any enemy's positions that happen to be like, over in this area, whatever. You have time to prepare the area. Traps, placing your troop groups, which are the 1, 2, 3, and 4 tokens, in preparation.
Okay. Well, how does everyone feel?
And you guys can decide what they are. Are they infantry? Are they archers? Are they whatever? Each unit can be a separate thing or just a mixed bag.
Okay. Well, and we can assume that he was able to use his war charms to actually train these guys into a reasonable force.
Yes. But what does it get them to be? Because I have the chart with basic unit scale.
It boosts them.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it basically allows him to train. Let's see, to do once per week. He can train a unit. To increase their drill, which I'm not quite sure what the drill number is. I remember reading about it once, but I can't remember exactly what it is. I guess it's like their experience level or something like that.
Yes. 0 undrilled are solo units, mobs, throngs, rabbles, warbands, thugs in uniform. Barely disciplined, which is drill 1, is 4 village militia, low quality troops, and it goes up from there.
He can do it to a maximum of 5.
Once per week,
and
once per unit.
Let's see. Yeah, unit by week. Let's see. The charm increases the drill of a unit for 1 week for each week of training to a maximum of drill 5. Let's see. It takes a willpower. He can only do it once per unit per week, but he can do multiple units in a week because he only has to do it for 5 hours each week. So he could potentially have done all 4 of these units within the same week.
Yeah, a 40-hour week, essentially, I think. Because it's 20 hours in total per week for all 4 units.
Is there a
And then-
duration, or is it a permanent increase?
I think-
Well, it says duration 1 week, but that's how long it actually takes. So I don't think it only lasts a week. Not that, like, it doesn't. It's really kind of confusing the way it's worded.
It doesn't really clarify whether it's permanent or if it's just like for like a certain time. I would say it's only a certain time, but I don't know how long that time would be.
Which is the charm?
The Tiger Warrior training and the Legendary Warrior curriculum, which is just an advanced version of it. Because it does say a duration of 1 week, but it seems a little confusing since it actually takes a week to actually use it. So it's like, wait, what?
Yeah, so I don't know if that means it's just for that week that we're training them, or if it's the week they get it for that week and the week after. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think it's permanent.
Because if it's not permanent, it basically takes our group and just makes them one up from whatever they start as. Which I don't know what they start as. Which then only allows them to really train 1 skill for each one.
Here we go. Oh no, it's permanent. Type permanent. What does that mean?
Oh, it does say
So-
permanent. Okay.
Legendary Warrior Curriculum. Type permanent. Essence 4. War 5. Oh, so that's the things I need.
Oh, that's the Legendary Warrior one. Okay, I see. It makes it
sorry.
permanent.
Duration 1 week. So I would assume that that's only 1 week that happens.
So no. Okay, I get it now. What the Legendary Warrior curriculum does is makes the Tiger Warrior training permanent.
Yes.
So by using the Legendary Warrior curriculum, it is making this a permanent ability, making the boost a permanent one.
Oh, okay, cool. Train willpower. Okay. Solar can devote 1 week's training to rare and special techniques. We don't need to do that, I don't think.
No, I can give some of these stats.
But there had to be some that he has. So it would be like thrown if we want to do range because he doesn't have archery. So it would be like
And melee.
spear throwing. And then some obviously in melee.
Pardon me. To a maximum of draw 5. So I guess it depends how long we have to train them.
You have probably 6 weeks of prep time because the Warstrider and his army were a distance away. You were teleported pretty much to this location.
Sweet.
But we had to wait for the troops to actually arrive. But otherwise,
Yeah, you had to wait for some of the troops to arrive. Presumably, you did not activate this thing right away.
Yeah, we waited until we were ready.
Yeah, we would have waited until the troops were trained. So would I have trained them to the maximum?
No.
we had at least if he would need at least 5 weeks to train them
Yeah.
to max.
And so we only had 6 weeks, right? And it would have taken a week for them to get to us.
Assuming they start at drill 0. I don't know what they started at. What did they start at? Drill 0 or drill 1?
These guys would start at drill 1.
Okay.
He would only be able to push him up to drill 5, which is only 4 weeks, and then he only can train 1 trait per week. So keep that in mind per usage of this. So we're not boosting them extremely high. Basically, they get a +1 to 4 to 4 abilities.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Cool.
yeah.
So which is the best traits to train? It doesn't give thrown in here.
Throne is on the legendary warrior one.
Okay, cool. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it gives like a bigger list on
the legendary warrior expands your group.
Oh, sweet. So I guess they would all be trained at 2 thrown and 2 melee. These guys are fighting, right? Or is it better to get them at resistance, 2 resistance?
Well, they're going to be armored.
Are they?
Yeah, we're not going to go in there and not give them any armor.
Yeah, they'll have basic armor, basic weaponry.
Okay. So 2 thrown and then 2 melee? Does that seem okay?
Yes.
Sorry, give me 1 second.
Which?
Yeah.
My wife has talked to me. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'll be back in a second.
Are you asking which groups are going to be like trained in what?
Yes.
So is the idea here that we each have like 1 unit of troops that is ours to be in command of, or something like that, or is
To maneuver, yes. Basically, for group units, a Solar has to be with them, leading from the front. It doesn't really take skills to lead from the front. It's just you go with them, you make some decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet, I'm happy to do that.
All right. Okay. So I guess we all decide what we want our unit to be and what.
Technically, our war guy over here can pretty much do almost all of that on his own.
Yeah. I'm pretty.
But because
a lot
he
of
has
those
the
skills.
ideal battle prana thing and the one that lets you that one, which is basically gives you the ability to like direct units that are not directly under your control within essence times 10 miles.
Yeah.
But yeah, that we can start. We can definitely start with each of us leading, and then
you can all be with one of the units, and Tuv is directing all 4 of them, but each of you makes the decision on where it goes.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, in a sense, what Tuv's ability does is basically he is like that central place that tells us where all the other units are. So basically, we all know where the battlefield is because of him communicating with us, because he knows where everything is on the battlefield.
I can also set up the spell Infallible Messenger, so that we can communicate with each other. I think, but I think that might take some preparation.
Which we have time, obviously. Did you check to see how much essence your spells actually take?
So that one, Infallible Messenger takes 10 motes. Death of Obsidian Butterfly takes 15.
Oof, okay,
so,
that's a lot. How many how many motes do you have?
I have quite a lot, actually. I have 36 in my peripheral, and then 20. I guess it'll be 22, because I would have gone up by now, right? Because we had to spend a mote at that place that we were. So would I have gained that mote, that personal essence mote?
You'll gain that mote back in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, so I've got...
You should have your maximum amount of motes now.
Yeah, I've got personal essence, I got 22, and peripheral, I've got 36. So 58 altogether.
Okay, so just be careful about your usage with all, because you don't really have a way to regain them back.
I do have a...
I mean, anytime you do Stunting just gives you motes back. That is how you get motes back in combat.
Okay, cool. But I also have that. What do you call it? A manse. I've got a level 3 manse as well.
That'll give you back motes like every hour or something like that.
Okay, cool.
Which fantastic. But if you're in the middle of a fight,
Okay, cool. Right. So.
All right. So yeah. So we have these troops. Did you want us to? He was asking before you left. Did you want to train 2 groups into all melee and then 2 into range, or do you
probably
want?
how about we decide like what are like we're each going to be leading a unit, so just decide what kind of unit we want to lead, and then have the training reflect that.
Yep, that sounds good to me.
Yep. I mean, technically he's the one doing it all, but like, hey, we ask, hey, I'm going to be leading this unit. Can you please teach them how to do this? And then we, go
Let's do the numbers based on roll 20 order. So Scaly, you will be in control of 1.
Fair enough.
What kind do you want? Close combat or ranged?
Probably close combat because I'm close combat, so it'd be it makes the most sense, I guess. So it makes more sense that I would have a close combat group with me. So
okay, like heavy infantry or skirmishers or cavalry or what's
let's do some heavy infantry because
okay.
I'm maneuverable, but it's better if they're a wall while I can maneuver around the battlefield.
Yeah. And then they can all see you all the time. If you have skirmishers, and you have to hide half the time.
Exactly. So like give me some tanks.
All right, cool. Yeah, who is number 2? Are they...
Selimus.
All right. Actually, according to I guess on my list, looks like I'm number 1. But yeah. Well, if you've got big tanks, I feel like you've got an anvil. I should probably bring a hammer. So I'm thinking probably like some cavalry. A group of melee cavalry to circle around, flank someone, and hit them in the sides and the rear.
Nice. So, Nissa, heavy infantry. Selimus.
Yep.
Cavalry. Melee cavalry, sorry.
Yep.
Burke.
Probably just kind of archer.
Say again.
You're really low.
Is your
Yeah, is your speaker in the right place or something? Because it sounds like it's above your head.
Archer? Can I train it if I don't have any abilities in it?
No, you can't. Yeah, so that's why you have to go with thrown and just do like spear throwers or something.
Slingers? Slingers?
yeah, sure. Yeah, ranged troops.
Okay.
So not spear chuckers?
Yeah, I guess we could do that. Spearmen.
Javelineers.
Oh yes, javelineers.
Oh yeah, javelins. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's the
And
fancy.
then Tav will have spearmen as well. A spearman.
So
whatever.
two,
the one. You only need one.
And he's just a messenger.
So two melee groups, one one being heavy infantry, one being cavalry, and then 2 ranged spear groups, which makes sense. Where are we going to lay some traps? What do you think?
It depends where these guys are coming from. Do we have an idea?
They will be coming. Since we're starting up north, they'll be coming from the south. So
Yeah, I mean, depending
Yes,
on the
but-
approaches like this place. But yeah, sure, we'll assume south.
But are they coming from area 2, or are they coming from area 1?
Area.
From
What do you mean?
down
No,
this
no,
way.
no. Those are
These are
our
our
men.
units.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
yeah. Sorry,
What I mean
I'm
the
saying
south.
is, I just.
I mean like down south.
So, do we want to draw them in, or do we want to meet them before they?
Oh,
Before
we
they
want to
get
draw
close?
them in. We want to draw them in because in order to set
So-
the traps, we want them to be in a certain situation where traps
So
are going to be
the
triggered.
traps are just to check. Those are for the giant robot, right?
Probably a combination because we probably can't avoid his army's going to come first, so they're going to fall into some of the traps themselves.
So we should put
But I
them.
mean, like the
next
traps you build for
to-
infantry are very different from the traps you build for giant robots.
True, but then we have to figure out how to avoid the infantry triggering them accidentally.
I mean, simply have them not trigger. Simply have them not trigger on human-sized threats and trigger on massive world-shaking abominations.
Yeah, we have to find a way to have it set up where the trigger would be.
I mean,
that would
if you're-
just, depending on what kind of trap it is, you would just build it so that it would be able to carry the weight of a human men.
Sure,
anything
but
that's
the
over
problem
certain
is
tons.
if it's a large army, it might actually have enough weight to like
Sure.
if it's a pit trap, it could still trigger it, right? So like
that's not
I'm not saying that it's impossible. I'm saying it's something to consider. That's all.
If we could set up something that is like, those traps from Star Wars where they have those two massive pieces of wood that come
Walls.
slamming in. Yeah,
Oh,
Ewok
just
that-
slam
logs
into
for
it.
them, the classic.
yeah, because they would be above the infantry, so the infantry shouldn't trigger it. If we
True.
could like somehow
True.
do it like
Yeah.
that.
But
Okay.
the bigger trip is like, if we're trying to get it on the ground, because we know it has a bum knee. Remember, so we
Mhm.
know that. So that could be a weak point that we can trigger to get it on the ground, and then makes it easier to hit those other places.
So I think the
What
central
about-
issue, like when we're looking at the battlefield here, if we wanted to enter a trap, so we've got a lot of melee troops, melee or short range. It has a giant death laser. If it
Yeah.
can stand back and death lasers, it will probably do that. So I think we need somewhere that we can like get behind an obstacle of some kind, and that will force it to approach much closer than it otherwise might.
I'm assuming, like you said, these rocky little instances are cover, right?
Yes.
Okay. Would they protect us from the range of this robot too? Like, how high are we talking about
They're high enough to block line of sight.
for the robot?
Yes.
Okay, that like for the men, that's easy. For the robot, he's taller. That's why I was making sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll have to get any of the trees will block line of sight, and any of the rocky outcroppings will block line of sight.
Okay. So the trees count as like a
So-
larger foresty area. So we can say
Yes.
if my troops are here, we would be hidden in the trees, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I see now. Okay.
As far as you know, the only thing that it will be able to know the position of is the red dot.
The red dot, right?
Now, it could still be blocking line of sight, but the sensors in the Warstrider will be able to basically give it an AR overlay of it's over that way.
Right, of
Mhm.
where this thing is, right? And
Yeah.
and obviously anything visible it would be able to see, obviously, but it, as far as we're aware, it does not have any other extraordinary senses or anything like that that we know of.
As far as you know, no. Unless the Abyssal has charms that give it those senses.
Right. Unless it has like awareness charms of some sort or something like that. Okay. Yeah. So, and we know that it's probably going to go straight forward. So, like, if we put the traps somewhere along this path line, kind of thing, or unless it's coming up this way, like, so we have two directions it could be. So, which we can potentially lead it by setting up an obvious trap somewhere that forces it to go somewhere else. Like if we wanted to lead it up through this valley, we could set up a very obvious trap here that it would easily see and try to avoid. If we wanted to avoid it going, this direction, kind of thing.
And just
Like
for
forward
some
line.
planning, since you have basically home ground advantage because you were here beforehand and are planning, you can move these three trees in the center here that I just placed. You can place those.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Sweet.
These are the trap tokens we have here. I see. Okay.
All right. So Burke, what are your ideas for traps? What do you got? You're a trap guy.
A big pit.
Be right back. Sorry, just got to do something. 1 second.
How about a big pit?
Classic. Yep. Can't go wrong with that one.
Is it
All
a
right,
covered pit to hope to possibly lure it over, or is it an open pit to deny a certain path of travel?
How about one of each?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So in that case, an open trip would be kind of like a moat, effectively. So that would probably be a good place. Like that's a good place to put our javelineers around and behind that to be able to harass enemy troops and be too vulnerable from
Like
that.
if you wanted it to come up the center route, you put an open pit either over in this area or over in that area. That way, it doesn't go that way. Area denial versus.
Yeah.
So place a trap and tell me what it is, and I will note the name.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like if we put an open trap to avoid it from going down this direction and up towards like where my people are, if we put an open trap there, it's gonna force them to go this direction. So if we take a big giant pit here that makes it difficult for the robot, then he's gonna be forced to go this direction, which is a much better area for ambush wise,
Okay. So how are you thinking this engagement plays out? Like
So like if we do a trap here, this is an open trap, meaning a giant pit that is
yes.
easily
Okay.
visible.
So no one's
Okay.
going to come that way.
Yeah, the idea is he might send a few of the smaller troops this way, but if I'm over here, I can handle that, right? But the idea being is that we're going to force him over into this pathway, right?
Okay, and
then we hit him with the more hidden traps of some sort.
So just to be clear, is your goal to make sure the heavy infantry don't engage the enemy? Like I thought that was the point of we.
Well, okay. If we've scouted this guy before, does he send his infantry in first and then he kind of comes up and cleans up, or does he like to come in first and then have his troops like clean up afterwards? Joe? Because we've gotten at least some, like we've scouted
seen
him
some
earlier,
after effects.
Right. Could we tell if he does most of the damage first and then basically sends his army in to kind of clean up?
I will say it depends on the target.
Meaning, what kind of targets does he go first on? The villages?
He goes first, yeah, villages, things like that. Anything that has a significant defense against troops. So fortresses, cities, villages, things like that. He will go in first, with the army following afterwards. Once basically he breaks his way into it, then they let loose.
Okay.
Since armies and troops and everything is more mobile, he obviously can't be everywhere at once if they do scatter out. So it might be in tandem. Send some troops one way while he goes a different way, type of thing.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. So given this situation where there isn't any visible structural thing unless we provide one, like walls and towers or something like that. Like if we build a giant wall that he would blow that up first, basically. That makes sense. It's more likely that he would send some of his troops in, possibly to even test the firepower of this weapon that he doesn't really know
Yeah,
what it is,
okay.
right?
So in that case, we need to be set up to fight troops first, and then have a
Yes.
fallback position to trap the robot.
Yeah. So, yeah. So if we do put this large trap here, he's going to funnel his troops into this area and probably up
Yes.
towards this area too, right?
So in
He's
that
gonna,
case, we want to have heavy infantry ready to engage, and our other troops ready to like flank and harass and pick off things.
yeah. So
Okay.
maybe it's like if we
And
put another group here, right? We're split up number one, right? We have one kind of guarding the machine here, but I wouldn't get too close because he's gonna blow the crap out of that thing. But we know that that's where he's going to be targeting. So by kind of hiding it behind this rock, he's going to have to come over in this area in order to shoot this thing, right? Especially if we've blocked his access to this area, right? So he's going to have to go here in order to shoot this thing, right? Am I right about that, Joe? Was like at what point do we believe he can actually start targeting the crawler?
You don't know the exact range of that thing,
Mostly given his height.
but line
I
of
can-
sight, it
Mhm.
would have to have line of sight at least.
Right. And line of sight would probably begin somewhere around this area. Is that my basic right here, kind of thing around the corner here, or even closer to over here?
Let me see here. Line. It's on the map.
I don't see anything.
Can you see the little blue line?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, I see the wall. Is that kind of the rocky wall?
Yeah, that's pretty much the part that would block.
So he does
Right.
need to get closer up to here then.
Yeah. Or he can, if he can get up around
Way up
that
there,
side
depending
too.
on depending on the range, right? His range, right? Okay. All right. Yeah. So, but if we could funnel him into this direction, we would know where he's going, right? Obviously, if we could also funnel him up here. If we're fighting his army here, we could technically funnel him all the way up here, where he has to go the long way around. And then we could ambush him up here, where his army really doesn't, have where his army's being
try
harassed
to
by
keep him
ours.
isolated there. Try to set a trap specifically for him.
Yeah. So if we can kind of funnel him in that direction, by blocking off other direct paths, and if we basically put his army into this place, into these trees or something, like depending on where we want to move these trees, and then like have a row of trees here, and this is be a heavily forested area where we hit his actual troops and this area, and while they're fighting that, he might be forced around this area. Does that make sense?
Sure.
And we can also put like another trap, a obvious robot sized trap, maybe like over here or something like that. So basically it's one of those things that like forces him to forces his army here, and unless he wants to start annihilating his own army, which we know he doesn't care about, but at the same time I think it wouldn't be his first choice if he doesn't have to.
I think we've got a good plan, or at least
Um,
the start of the plan.
yeah,
do
so
it.
we do have two other traps then. So we got these two traps that are mostly used to funnel him, and then we have two more traps that we can put over here to actually trap him.
Was this one another basically open pit?
Yeah, it's another large open pit that basically prevents him from kind of going up and around this way, around this foresty area. So basically, we want to engage his army into this area. Now he could stomp all the way through here, I suppose, and just stomp past his army. But I don't know if he'd be willingly doing that or not.
Okay, how about we make a contingency plan here? Put one covered pit up there, put another one back here, just because in case he decides to go a long way around to reach the
like all the
reach
way
little
around
nut
this way.
first. Yeah, if
Okay.
he looks at what we're doing and is like, okay, fuck this, and decides to go a long way around, then we have an option. Also, if he decides to stomp through the center, hopefully we would have time to move the red dot back around behind it and kind of bait him into that one potentially.
And the
There's-
red dot move.
It just moves very slowly, right?
Yeah, it can move slowly.
Okay.
And
okay.
does it have anything to attack with?
Oh yes, it has a siege gun,
Okay.
so it can deal some damage. It just can't take much.
Okay, cool.
Right. Basically, one shot from that robot, maybe two, would kill this thing, depending on how much damage it does.
Yeah.
So
Now
could take
it
one or two
can, if placed right, it can be used to help attack the enemy units too.
The armies, right?
Right.
Yeah. I think probably we want to have a little bit more open ground there, just so we can move that thing right to the corner, and it can like fire some like if the plan works and we're engaging them there, then it can kind of like poke around the corner and do some bombardment through that tree line. But also, if it's a very narrow cone of sight, then we can back it up again once we have the
Yeah.
Warstrider to deal with.
Yeah. What's the range on that on the guns on that machine?
Hold on,
I was about to say, is it
Didn't-
800 feet? That's impressive.
it didn't save my.
Me. Okay, cool.
Oh, it didn't save the cell size.
Yeah, I changed it from feet to yards. So yeah, the gun on that thing can shoot 500 yards.
Ooh,
Okay.
nice.
Okay. So not unreasonable. So basically,
And,
if
for
anyone
one
gets outside,
long tick, which is what most of these will be featuring in, it can move one.
Okay.
Whereas,
So each combat round of our armies is basically counts as a long tick, is what you're saying,
Yeah.
right?
the
Okay.
heavy cavalry, we'll say, can move 4 in a tick, and the non-mounted can move 2.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually,
I'm not keeping
let's-
myself in this area, so that because now that I'm thinking about it, I don't need to be this far away.
let's speed that up so it just isn't round after round of moving. We'll say the heavy cavalry can move 10 hexes, so 500 yards and a long tick. The non-mounted can move 5 for positioning,
Cool.
Okay.
and the red dot can
So-
move 2.
Cool.
I'm trying to think of positioning. Where would we position ourselves here? Our armies. So
I'm gonna stay there with the spearmen just to hold this position and wait until the giant robot is up here,
makes
so that I
it
can
this-
provide
yeah.
some cover for this guy. Do we want to shift this trap from here, or are we happy to leave it here next to where I am? I was thinking about putting it here in the middle, a concealed trap, because this thing, the robot has to get line of sight to shoot this thing,
So
so it's going to come there.
yeah. So the biggest issue that we're looking at is which way it's going to come from, right? And where it's going to go, because it could still avoid this whole trap and go up this way,
Yeah.
right? And that's why it's behind there, is because of that reasoning. Now, given the speed, if we see that it's going that direction, in a long tick, how much do we estimate this thing can move?
You have no idea. You
Okay.
have seen it briefly move very quickly. Once it had the full activation, it was able to move a lot farther than you thought it should have been able to. We'll put it that
quick.
way.
Yards rise in a tick, can we estimate at least on its full burst?
Maybe 10.
Okay. So that's
quick.
pretty fast. Yep. Okay.
Maybe faster if it has, like the monkey leap that gives it,
Right. Depending
leap a
on what
mile.
his right. Yeah. Depending on what his actual charms are, right. But those were like bursts, right? Okay. Fair enough.
Because from that mountain to that clearing is about a mile.
So it could literally just it's a potential that it could just leap right over everything and just go strike at this thing almost
It
immediately.
is a potential, yeah. You have no intelligence on his charms.
Okay. But we do know he's at least shown a burst of speed at some points.
Yes.
Okay. Fair enough. That is fair. So we want to take advantage of that bad knee at some point to just take him down if we could.
Almost like once it's attuned, the scale improves. If he could move, say, 10 personal-sized spaces in a turn, the mech can move 10 mech spaces in a turn.
Just multiplies you by 100. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. All right. Do we want to do any other traps besides pit traps? Like, are there any other cool traps that we could use? We could use the ones the Star Wars ones where they use the rolling logs down the hill that made the rockers like fall down. He's only got one foot.
That's a good one to put back there. Because
yeah.
So we're just gonna as well.
You got a hill there. We can chop up some logs and have him come down and try to trip him up, and he's gonna have to walk across the logs. He could probably crush them, but he's got a bad leg, so this could be a potential issue for him.
So this one here is going to be a log trap, is what you're saying?
I think.
They could both be really.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's actually better if we're going to try to move our robot through the area and then hit something coming behind it. A covered pit trap is much harder to we need to navigate the slow, clumsy robot around that if it came down to it.
Yeah, and the logs can be triggered instead of we can choose to trigger it ourselves without having it auto triggered, which could be accidentally triggered by infantry or whatever, soldiers or whatever. So those are, compared to like a pit trap, which could get triggered by a, by a large group of soldiers or something.
Sweet.
Sure.
So,
right.
So that can be more controlled, by a couple of hidden troops who are just, there just to break the vines or whatever that's holding up the branches.
Sweet.
So yeah. And that could be effective for his bad knee. Okay, so all right. Burke, is that where you want your spearman troops there? You're number 3, right? Is Burke 3?
Yeah, Burke's 3.
Is he there? Is he AFK? Tuv, you there?
Let's see.
I'm here.
We're gonna need to give if the army shows up, we're gonna need to give them something to engage, something to move towards an attack.
Well, yeah. We know that they're going to be targeting that machine, right? So they're gonna be in general.
We know that the giant robot will know where it is. They're not going to know what they're looking for.
Right, depending on what his communication skills are with the army, right? So they could just be following him at least at first, and then he might then let them go ahead.
I'm just saying we should probably have something that isn't in cover, that isn't hidden at the start of the fight here.
Oh, I mean, we could put some crappy looking siege engines out or something like that. Even if they're not even functional, they would be there as a target.
I mean,
make it look like
I'm just saying the purpose of heavy infantry in a combat is to draw the enemy attention so that you can hit them in the flanks with other things.
Yeah, but
is that not what you want to be in the combat, or?
Oh no, not because he could just if he sees a small group, he could just literally annihilate a small group of enemies. That is the last
Well,
thing.
we're assuming the troops are going in first, right?
We are unsure.
Okay.
It is possible
Okay.
that he is sort of amidst
So
them.
we're
It's
gonna try this out with all of our troops being hidden at the start of the fight, and
yeah.
just
What we can
see
do
what the
is,
enemy architects do.
I think what we can do is build a fake camp. Could we build up a little mini wall? Would we have time to sort of look like there's a camp over here
Yeah, you can do that.
behind this? Yeah, create like a little mini wall and a small camp with some tents and things like that, just like right here, and it'll look like there's some sort of something for them to charge towards. Does that make more sense? And he might hit it with his large beam attack first. Number one, that we could we'll get the brunt of that, and then we can also at that point he'll send in his infantry to clean up, right? And we can hit the infantry from behind while he's also maneuvering stuff. So as he is working his way this way because of the traps, or working his way this way, we can then hit the infantry. Does it make sense?
Sure. Okay.
So with you and me, we could hit the infantry from behind. They're hitting the infantry from the front because he can shoot this dude here, and his spearman can throw and things like that, and they can hit them up here for the ones that get through, right? So we have a pincher, basically a four-way pincher with their troops being in the middle, and
Sure.
I think that seems pretty effective, right?
We'll see how it goes. Sure.
I'm
Yeah,
just giving a suggestion. So
Yeah,
let's
I'm saying
let's
sure.
roll the dice.
yeah,
Right.
I feel like
Can
yeah,
you
I feel
all
like that's a good idea.
see the bubbles when you click on one of the numbered units?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. The green bubble is its close combat score.
Okay.
The blue bubble is its ranged combat score. The red bubble is its combat damage. And the gold bubble is its combat soak.
Sweet.
Their health levels, it has the same health levels as the commander of the unit.
Oh, so they got heaps.
So when a unit attacks it, they're going to roll basically their what is it? The unit commander. Oh no, you train them all up to. No, that was its. Hold on, I'm missing a number here. Unit commander's dex plus the relevant either close or range combat score.
Okay, that's the dodge of the unit.
That's when it attacks. That's what it's going to roll. Its combat score plus your dex. The DV of all of these units, its DV is a 3. And minimum damage, if the soak is higher, minimum damage is always going to be 1.
Sure.
And then there are you can choose formation for as an action instead of attacking. You can have it shift formation, which there is a mass combat modifier. It's a simplified version than what's in the book, but it shows you what the different formations do for it.
What's the what page is that on?
No, he has a there you go. He just popped it up.
Oh, sweet.
Is that yours? That's your underwear.
Half rounded up. Oh, okay, it's interesting. So the relaxed formation is sort of the standard, I guess, and then
Yes.
you could close them or
spread them out
further. I see. Spreading out further means less damage because you're basically dividing up the damage differently. Okay.
But
All
they
right.
also
But
take less. They soak better because they're not
they're more
concentrated.
spread out. Right. They're more spread out. Okay.
And just to check, when it's saying like halve or double, is that the green number, or is it the green number plus our dex that's getting doubled or halved?
The green number.
Okay.
Okay. So we would still add our full dex regardless or whatever,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Okay. Cool.
All right. So these were covered traps, right? Hidden traps. The two on the top.
Yeah. Those
Yes,
are
two.
yeah. Those are hidden. Those are the
Okay.
log ones. And then we have the
If
fort.
you manage to get the Warstrider into one of the hidden traps, it'll basically lose a turn of movement while it negotiates with it.
Okay. All right. I see. So while it tries to figure its way out, it loses that
Yeah.
first turn. So
Presumably,
we would
any offense that it is going to make at that point will be against the trap to help free it, or
Okay.
neutralize the trap, or whatever.
Right. So we're not going to get a lot of time, but we'll get some time to hopefully do something to it while it's in that pit or in
Yes.
that state, fallen over, whatever it might be. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And we could probably potentially cover one of these traps one of the pit traps in case he does fall in, just to give us another opportunity to knock out one of its systems.
I mean, the point of those two traps is like the ones out in the open. The point of those is to funnel the enemy attention
Yeah,
into our
sure.
maneuver, right? Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
leave those with this.
Okay. But then here's the tricky part, right? At this point, our troops are basically, if it does what we want it to do and goes up here, right, and hits that trap, then at that point, all of us need to swamp this thing within a round, right, to make it
Yes.
more feasible.
Once
I
you
guess.
engage it, the
Mhm.
timing doesn't matter so much as long as he is separate from any of his armies.
Okay. Right. Okay. So if his armies are dealing with our people down here, at that point, if it's moving up this way like we want it to be, right, we can then encounter it at any point up to any point at that point, right? Because it's
Pretty
no
much,
longer got
yes.
its army. Okay. Now I understand. Okay. We don't technically have to wait for it to fall into a trap. The trap will just slow him down.
Right.
Okay. If at certain point, like we leave our army, does it just continue with its orders that we were given it? And
Yeah, pretty much.
okay, like that was like, because it's like, okay, we're leading the army, but I'm guessing we have a sub commander that can take over, sort of thing,
Correct.
once the trap has been sprung on theirs and do what they need to do.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
At that point, I will say the sub commander's dex would be a flat 2.
Okay, so maybe not as effective as us, but but their strategy
They can
is
still
more
do stuff.
right. The strategy is more to harass the army and to distract them while we deal with the giant machine than it is to actually beat the army.
Yes.
So yeah. So the damage output. So it'll probably be more of the loose kind of configuration where they're not taking as much damage, even if they're not doing as much either. And being annoying more than anything.
Yep. Buying time for us to take out giant robot.
Right. And obviously if the army goes the way we want it to go, they'll be harassed by all four of us on different sides. So it's not, so like they can't even organize a really good offensive in that positioning. Because they run forward, they run further north, they run into a bunch of spears, and to the south they got all of our infantry and cavalry. So I feel like that's a pretty good workout on it. So hopefully. But yeah, so once we leave, we'll put them in like a loose formation, so they are more harassing, harder to hit, and more running around and dodging than they are officially doing anything. They're just being obnoxious, and also saves us from losing too many of them, our own soldiers too.
Okay.
So
I forgot one thing here.
Mhm.
The spearmen.
are you thinking about like speeds and stuff with the initiative and all that stuff?
Yes.
Mm.
We will say they are actual speed, so speed 5 for the attack for the spear. The lances, the cavalry, are speed 6.
Right.
Changing formation is a speed 5. Moving. I don't think. Yeah, it doesn't. Turning. So when it moves in a direction, you move in straight lines. In order to turn, you have to stop, and it's a speed 3 before you can then change hex facings in the direction you're moving.
So as long as we're going kind of in a straight line, there's no penalty. But if
Right.
we need to shift the direction of the troops, then okay, fair.
That should be the most, without letting it get too complicated.
Right. Yeah, the infallible messenger for you, I think, is a warning of that the machine has gotten to where we want it to be, or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, that'll just let us coordinate if
Yeah,
we need to.
yeah,
Alright.
yeah. But his army ones do something similar, so I don't know if that's really necessary.
I don't have that. I don't have the charm that allows me to send messages out. It's called commanding the ideal celestial army, but I don't have that one. I don't think.
The commanding ideal celestial army one. Yeah, you have the general of the
Yeah.
all-seeing sun, which gives you an idea of where all your soldiers are and their condition.
Yeah. I know where they are, but I can't send a message out to
Then
them.
you have ideal battle prana, right?
Yes.
Um,
But I have to activate that.
Right.
That's fine.
But I'm saying that might be. Oh, actually, it's the same cost as the spell, right?
Yes. But the ideal. Yeah, so that one, the ideal battle knowledge prana allows me to boost everybody that is under my command. So that's everybody, right? As long as you're within essence times 10. So as long as you're
It's
within
not a
50
boost.
miles.
Well, no, yeah, it's not a boost. It's this charm halves the number of relays necessary to order each
Yeah, but
targeted unit. So
it also
it's.
increased the drill by 1 and increases the might of these units by 1.
Oh yeah,
for
it does
making
give
the
a
full.
boost. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, it gives everybody a quick boost, which could be useful, like at the very end when we are leaving our troops, to give them an extra boost before we leave.
Yeah. Yep, sounds good to me.
All right. So they. The walker has some sensors, and it can project a kind of a 3D map of the area. So you do get an alert that something is approaching.
Okay, cool.
All of our troops are waiting patiently. Yeah, and we do have our fake camp built up over here with its wall and tents and all this other stuff to make it look like there's an actual army sitting right here.
Do we have riders or messengers, I should say?
Yeah, there's basically messengers that would go between each of the groups or whatever and things like that.
Okay, cool.
Or signal callers, whatever. There are ways to communicate through normal army means.
So we're just waiting now.
Yeah, he's setting up. I think he's setting up the bad guys now.
So Tav is going to make a speech to his people.
The yellow one is your
Heroes.
camp.
Okay.
Was that roughly where?
It was just beyond these trees, basically.
Yeah, right here.
Mhm.
There's the bait.
Ooh. Can I? Oh no, we're waiting, right?
Yeah. All right. Everybody, roll your join battle.
What is bonus dice?
Let's do
Anything?
If you have
for-
any bonus
yeah.
dice for join battle,
I don't think so.
I don't think anybody does.
Bonus successes? None.
And we're clicking on our little army dudes, right, for this?
Yes.
Doesn't want to let me join battle with my that selected. That's odd.
Actually, no. Don't click them because it's going to add them to the tracker. Just roll it separately.
Okay, just flat roll then.
Okay, what is the join battle roll? Let's.
It's your wits plus your perception, maybe.
We're not using join war. There's a join war button on here. I don't know what
Oh.
that does.
Join war.
Yeah, it says join war.
Try that
I don't
instead.
know what it does. Let's see what it does.
Sure, see what it rolls. Wits plus war. All right.
Oh, well, we know which one is going to do really well with that one.
Oh, I'm now at 2. Sweet.
Wow.
Still hasn't
You got a
been
2. Yeah, you got 5. You got a whole lot of extra dice that
Wait,
you
that's
didn't
not
have.
that's not my wit score.
Did not get that right. I got mine
I'm just going to do a manual roll of 3 dice. 2 successes. All right.
Looks like 2 is the highest.
right. Yeah, looks like it.
Who hasn't rolled yet?
Alex. Alex, you there?
Alec. He went quiet earlier. I don't know. I haven't heard from him in a while. Did he go AFK? Not come back yet? Alex.
All right.
He's still in the call, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's still there.
Okay.
Maybe he's having tech issues?
I will roll for him. Assuming his wits is 3, his war is 0, so that's right. So, all right, everybody with a 2, you start on round 0. Track it on.
Yeah, we don't
Drag
have
your own character sheet out and track it, since
your
all
own
of the
token.
dots are full. Yeah, all your tokens.
Just kind of put them up in the corner somewhere or something.
Yep.
All right. So I'm currently on tick 0.
Yes, and who was that? Nissa, your group goes on 1. Yeah, so everybody either goes on 0 or on 1.
Fair enough. And what do we see right now? Just the giant robot?
Oh, and his armies? Is that his armies A, B, and C?
Yes.
Ah, I see. Yep, A, B, and C. right,
He is going to on 0. Get rid of those guys. Turn 1. On 0, he is going to survey. So you guys that go on 0 can do something.
I am going to order my troops to disperse. Oh, sorry, what is it called? When they become loose?
Change formation?
Change formation.
All right, your next turn will be on 5.
Okay.
All right. Same thing, I think. Yeah, loose formation. So next up on 5.
Let's see. He was surveying. They are going to move. All right, I think that's all of the zeros. All right, tick 1.
Which was what? Nissa?
Yeah.
Nissa.
Yeah, probably just same thing. I guess I'll put him in a loose formation at the moment, just in case. So that goes to 6, right?
Yep, you go on 6.
Okay.
Nobody else here.
Alex,
It's
you
gonna
back?
go before
Nothing?
5.
We might have lost a player somehow.
I don't know what's going on with him.
His mic was really quiet too earlier, so I wonder if it's technical issues. But he would have typed it in there if it was technical, so maybe he's just away from his computer.
Yeah, anyway, I mean, just got to move forward for now. And,
We'll figure it out.
Whenever he joins in, he can join in.
All right, jump into 5.
So the robot is still hanging out there. We have no idea how long range it is.
He's sending C over there to buy, probably all the way, trying to go all the way around the big pit. That's okay.
Let's see, who do we have that can reasonably intercept that? Probably either 4 or 3. I could try to go for it. Actually, that's probably not the. Let's see. Actually, I got cavalry. I think I'll just go ahead and cut across the open, move to potentially intercept C, and consider options from there. So it'll move me up to tick 8.
Sweet. I shall use my charm. Heroism inspiring. Oh, sorry. Let me just have a look at what it's called. Heroism encouraging presence. So this lasts for 1 scene, costs me 8 motes and 1 willpower, and is type simple, speed 6, and long ticks. What does that mean? That's how long it takes for me to activate?
We are in long ticks. It's basically the normal speed. It's just a longer scale.
Oh, okay. So does that mean it takes 6 ticks for it to activate then?
What is no? That's when you go again. What was the charm?
It is heroism encouraging presence. Essentially, it allows this charm affects any unit or social group that the soul commands, and every ally within essence time 5 yards. This charm's targets no longer need to make valor checks. In war, this charm prevents rout and reduces the chance of fatigue. So my guys don't run. All right. So I will use that charm.
That has
and-
been errated, so it's 5 motes
Okay. So I'll take that off my peripheral.
and 1 willpower. And it's all allies are fearless within our essence times 20 yards.
Oh, okay. So that's my units, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And that's all I'm doing. And then I'll go again on 6. There. How do I take away a point of willpower?
With that, you just you use the check marks to mark what you've used up. Like underneath the pips, they're the check marks.
Okay, cool. Thank you. All right, cool. That's one. So yeah, so there's now active.
Cool.
Okay.
And then I go on 6. Oh, sorry, 11.
11, yes. Okay. All right, we are on 5. He is going to through the map, you can kind of see the little dot moving that way, and everybody can see in the distance as this Warstrider basically leaps up to the top of this mountainous, hilly outcropping.
Oh, well, I don't like that.
Yeah, he's got some charms. That's unfortunate.
And we knew he could do it. Just his positioning is unfortunate.
Yep. Yeah.
So it looks like he's going to try to come around this way.
Or he's just going to stand up there and try to bombard us.
Yeah, could be. It's unknown if he even knows that I'm in that forest right there, right? I'll find out.